I think it's really fun. You know, there's a couple moments where I was riding where like I cut between some traffic and then I blew through a light and like everything just kind of cut, you know, like all the things dialed in at the right moment and it worked really well. I'm just like, this is awesome. Like, this is just like riding a bike in traffic. But like more often than not, I'm like crashing to the back of cars and stopped and, you know, then crashing into a building. So I'm overcompensating for crashing into the car. I ended up on the park bench so many times. You know, and I know that's just a question of getting that stuff dialed in. The fitness guy is going to get on this and be like, this, like, what's up with this 2-minute break for the narrative? You know, what am I supposed to be doing with my legs here? And that being said, I really like the narrative. You know, like it's fun. Like, you know, it's very, you know, having done this job for so long, it's super familiar. The people are familiar. You know, like you guys nailed that. You know, like the fact that they go into the bar and the guy's like, you know, everyone's like, oh yeah, it's my ex-girlfriend, and you know, it's like, all right, like I knew that girl. You know, of course I know that girl. Bringing that in is a huge thing. Like, I mean, that's what makes a good video game, is a good narrative. My brother gave me his kicker 4 or 5 years ago. It's like a while, you know, it's like a first generation kicker, and it was before anyone, like I was on the beta test for Zwift. You know, the first year I was on it, I was on Trainer Road and Sufferfest, and then I did Zwift the next year, and then I've kind of gone back and forth between those two things. Mostly because I get bored, you know, like you know, Zwift isn't a video game, you know, like there's a visual aspect to the trainer thing. Like I never really care if I'm beating someone up the hill, you know, I never really care if it's still the same thing. It's like, what's my FTP? Like, what am I pushing out there? And I like that it was sort of an afterthought with Hustle City. Like, I didn't really care what my FTP was. You know, that being said, there's a couple times where I saw that I was hitting like 400 something watts, and I was like, if I was doing 400 something watts in traffic like this, I'd be dead. You know, like that would translate to like on a flat surface, it's like 35 miles an hour, you know, like, come on guys. But I like that, like it wasn't like in my face. Like I didn't put a heart rate monitor on. I wasn't thinking about a heart rate, you know, I wasn't thinking about that stuff. I wasn't thinking about my cadence, you know, and I liked all that, you know, and I think that's the biggest potential for where you guys can kind of blow everyone else out of the water, is by making this a fun thing, you know, but still has that aspect of a workout. You know, I want to play more of it, you know, is really what it comes down to.